Have you ever wondered what the Iran nuclear deal is all about and why it matters so much on the global stage? We're talking about the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, agreed upon in 2015. The key players: Iran, the United States and several other world powers. The goal was straightforward: to limit Iran's nuclear program and prevent the development of nuclear weapons. This wasn't just about curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions, though. The deal was also seen as a lifeline for Iran's economy. In return for compliance, economic sanctions that had been suffocating the country's growth were to be lifted. The promise of a more prosperous future was enticing, to say the least. But as with any agreement, it wasn't all smooth sailing. The deal was set against a backdrop of decades-long tensions and distrust. Its implementation required careful monitoring and a delicate balance of power. It seemed like a win-win situation, right? Yet things took a drastic turn in 2018. So, what happened in 2018 that changed the course of this seemingly successful deal? Well, it was a year of significant shift when the United States, under the leadership of then-President Donald Trump, decided to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. This move was predicated on a couple of reasons. Firstly, the Trump administration cited alleged non-compliance by Iran as a key factor. In addition, they pointed to the deal's failure to address Iran's missile program. The consequences of this withdrawal were manifold. Most immediately, the US reimposed sanctions on Iran, which had been lifted under the agreement. This not only affected Iran's economy, but also strained the already tenuous relations between the two countries. The US's withdrawal also had a broader impact on the international stage. It left a vacuum in the deal's enforcement and raised questions about the future of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or the JCPOA, as it's formally known. As the US turned its back on the deal, the future of the JCPOA hung in the balance. So, where do we stand now in 2023, and what's next for the Iran nuclear deal? The United Nations, spearheaded by the Biden administration, is making concerted efforts to breathe new life into the deal. It's no walk in the park, though. Iran's uranium enrichment has increased over 20-fold, breaching the limits set by the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Meanwhile, US sanctions continue to be a bone of contention. To navigate these choppy waters, the UN and the US are employing a combination of negotiations and diplomatic efforts. They're exploring ways to monitor Iran's nuclear program more effectively and discussing the possibility of lifting some sanctions, but it's a delicate balancing act. Looking ahead, the future of the Iran nuclear deal is shrouded in uncertainty. There could be a new deal on the horizon, or perhaps amendments to the existing one. Either way, the stakes couldn't be higher. The future of the Iran nuclear deal remains uncertain, but what's clear is that its fate will have profound implications for global politics and security.